It's time for Hannibal. Hannibal. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Hannibal. Last time on, we got a little bit of a catch-up with the gang. We had Alana and Verger there teaming up to get to Hannibal. We saw why Jack is back in the game looking for Will at least. We had Chilton up and about, revealing what happened to him after the back of his head got exploded. Basically, all our characters, after being touched by Hannibal, the darkness has just seeped into their skin and grabbed them, and they're all going off in different directions. Their motivations are carrying them through like revenge and just anger, or even continued curiosity. It's a powder keg. It's a powder keg of things ready just to go off. All the while, Will has got his new friend or accomplice, whose name eludes me right now. But then we got Hannibal himself at the center of all of this, just pulling everyone into him, and I'm sure he has his reasons, and I'm sure, like I say, a powder keg is about to explode. But that was last week's shenanigans, so let's see what today has in store for us. But before we jump into this episode, please remember to hit the thumbs up if you do enjoy the reaction and the review of the episode that happens afterwards. Also consider subscribing, and then you won't miss any future videos I upload to this channel. Get notified, all of that good stuff. Discord, Twitch, those are things. I do both of them, and I've made it easy for you. There's links right down there. You just tap them. You just tap those links and you'll be there. So if you're interested in more stuff, those are places to go. Hope to see you there. But that's all the preamble. Let's jump into this and see where the drama takes us next.
Hannibal would burn all kinds of barks and incense for me to identify by scent alone.
Trying to improve her sense of smell? Like his magic nose?
He comes in the guise of a mentor. But it's distress that excites him.
I'm not in distress.
He does like taking people under his wing and then ensuing chaos.
Do you see yourself killing him over and over?
No. I see you.
He has a smile. Interesting. That whole sequence was very dreamlike for something that was just two people talking on a train. Oh yeah, he did this, didn't he? But look at it, it looks so pretty now. All shiny. Does not look appealing. Really does not look appealing at all.
Almost anything can be trained to resist its instinct. A shepherd dog doesn't savage the sheep.
But it wants to.
Well, Graham is en route to kill you, while you lie in wait to kill him. Now that's reciprocity.
Lots of metaphors about mentorship and something going against its own nature. I suppose that's a pretty constant theme, to be fair. Definitely felt like that whole cold open was like kind of like the calm before the storm, though. Oh shit, yeah. This is where they met, right? I hope he has a permit for this. Someone's just gonna fucking tackle him and... You can't do that here, sir. Sorry, not to deflate the emotion of the scene. I just don't respond well to real emotions. I run away and hide from them. You really gonna do this? Is he gonna throw his ring away as well? Did not expect that.
Divorced?
No, widowed. I met her here. It's a little strange to be in Italy without her.
To Bella.
To Bella, to Bella.
I feel like he's putting on a front. Like, I don't think the Jack I know is not going to be able to let go of Bella that easily.
I am disgraced and out of fortune. It has inclined you towards a game that's outside of the law. I know. I played that game. And I lost.
Yeah, at least he can admit it. At least he can admit it. This other guy, though, I'm worried. He's gonna get fucked.
I've discovered a pattern of purchases. An echo of the life he lived in Baltimore. A receipt from a Florentine fine grocer. And another, and another, and another. Once a week, for the last 3 months, a blonde woman has been making the exact same purchase.
It's almost like he wants you to notice him.
Bravo.
Guys, it's quite clearly a trap. You know? Like, clearly he's doing this pattern so someone notices it, right? I'm not crazy, right?
If you don't kill him, you're afraid you're going to become him.
But if you kill him, wouldn't that make you like him?
There are means of
Something about these train scenes, man, though. It's literally just two people talking, yet it feels so, like, weirdly ethereal about it.
Dr. Fell?
Oh, God, here he goes. This fucking idiot.
The officers who first investigated checked the palazzo for any sort of note. Found nothing.
The going assumption is he eloped with a woman.
What is the going assumption regarding Professor Sogliato?
Still no word.
Anything personal from the missing man? Would you call me?
Of course, Commendatore.
This guy is coming here to poke a bear, and he knows exactly what he's doing, and he thinks this will be fine. I won't face any consequence for doing this.
I may have information about Hannibal Lecter. Is the reward in effect?
Do you mean a bounty on Dr. Lecter?
Yes.
He's becoming a bounty hunter now? What's happening? Thought he just wanted to get his reputation back on the track, and now he's like, give me reward. Give me money.
You've met Inspector Pazzi before.
In my youth.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if he would actually recognize him.
Does he know what you are?
Stood close enough to smell him. I was well aware that all the elements of Epiphany were present.
And yet,
Chief Inspector at the Florentine Questura has to decide what his honor is worth.
Okay, so we are getting into that.
For a policeman, credit has a short half-life. Better to sell me.
Okay, the episode is actually talking about that. I was thinking, like, is he just doing the bounty hunter thing now? No, it's he has to make the choice. Will he do it for his honor, or is he gonna... Oh, hello. What the fuck? Well, you good? You good? Just a nightmare. Just a little nightmare. Okay. Okay.
I know exactly where he is.
Why didn't you tell me you knew?
Well, this is happening now, I guess. She just, like, here to distract him or something? Like, a trap within a trap? Okay. I kind of called it, I guess. Jesus Christ, Will. What a flip. Might want to just kind of roll to the right or left, though. I'm amazed he can stand up after getting flung off a moving train. Jesus. Determination will out, I tell you.
I will privately pay $3 million for the doctor alive. To qualify for the advance, you must provide a positively identifiable fingerprint from Dr. Lecter.
Jesus, not asking for much, are we? Good luck with this. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. There's no way. Unless Hannibal wants you to get this information across. That's the only way it happens.
You would be selling him into torture and death.
I am aware.
Well, I guess he's going through with it then.
I brought something I thought you might like to see. It was supposedly worn by Francesco de Pazzi.
May I?
Of course.
There's a fingerprint. There's a fingerprint.
I have a family heirloom for you.
It says Pazzi.
This is your ancestor, Francesco. Hanging outside the palazzo.
Oh, happy memories.
But here's where the Archbishop bit him. The Archbishop locked his teeth in Pazzi's flesh. I must confess, I've been giving very serious thought to doing the same.
Oh, yep. Yep. I was thinking, was he trying to nick the knife? But was he just trying to wipe it? I was like, what the fuck was going on there? But who cares? Who cares? Hannibal got him. Hannibal got his ass. That's what matters at the end of the day.
he said he would be home by now. What has he done?
He's probably disemboweled him like his ancestor.
It was clear that you had sold me. Was it Mason Verger you sold me to?
I mean, who else was it going to be? Oh, Jack's going to be calling him, and he's going to be like, aha! Time for more fun.
Inspector Potsy.
Oh no, it's Alana.
My name is Alana Bloom.
Hello, Alana.
There's nothing I would love more than to be able to chat with you, Alana, but...
You caught me at a rather awkward moment.
Oh, good catching up, huh? Good catch up. What a subversion.
Bowels in or bowels out? Out, I think.
Yep. Yep. Bye. Just completely like, yep. How did I know this was going to be happening? Oh my god, are they going to fucking fight again? Are we going to get a rematch?
I imagine you were capable of giving any medication Bella may have needed in the night. What medication did you give her in the end? Was it too much? Just enough.
Jeez, Jack got him. Jack got him. He was trying to get a rise out of him, but I think Jack's already suitably pissed off, so I don't think it was necessary. Oh, Jesus, Jack going hard today. Jack's going fucking hard. This fucking music with this fight. If you can call it a fight, Jack's just fucking beating him down. Oh my god. Jesus. I mean, again, I know it looks like Hannibal's getting the absolute shizer beating out of him right now, but I can't help but think it's what he wants in a roundabout kind of way. I don't know how this could be what he wants, but it feels on brand for him to do this.
How will you feel when I'm gone? Alive.
Oh, he set that up. He knew what he was doing. Motherfucker. Jack, you better do something. You better do something quick. Interesting reversal visually of like the switched roles there. Oh, we're over. Jesus Christ, it's over. Okay, another episode. Another almost feels like a, even though we had that, I mean, I say fight, but you know, it was a beatdown was what it was, but it feels like an appetizer for what's to come. It's what that felt like ultimately. I easily could just jump straight into the fight and talk about that, but we need to go, I think we need to go through this bit by bit and just break it down a little bit. So we had Will and his friend. I'm gonna look up her name because I should know her name by now. Chio. I'm going with Chio. I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong, so feel free to at me. Chio. All of their scenes together are very like ethereal and dreamlike, like it was kind of floating. The train didn't feel real almost. It was a very strange experience watching those scenes. I don't know if that's just me, but they were just kind of getting into it about why she was there, how she got sort of infatuated with Hannibal, sort of the similarities and the differences between the two of them. It was all really interesting, and ultimately it led to the reveal that she is still, you know, more or less protecting Hannibal because she knows where he is, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna slow you down, I'm gonna push you off this train. But again, it kind of just links into that whole, you know, I've said this a lot over the course of the show, that vampiric theme of her being like a frau, however you pronounce it, like the kind of vampire's guard or servant, that whole kind of vibe. Like she's there to protect his home soil, if you like, and also to protect his interests sort of outside of his view a little bit. But I don't know, maybe there's more to it, maybe we're going to get more of it. I expect we'll get more of it as we go. But an interesting development nevertheless, and now we just have to wait and see how Will is going to stumble his way across the country to get to Florence. So yeah, that's kind of where that was, but I just thought it was interesting, this very, like I say, this very dreamlike sort of flowy kind of feel that those scenes had as they were talking about things, and then ultimately, you know, getting pushed off a train. We had Alana and Verger scheming together, trying to set things together, trying to figure out exactly where Hannibal is, and once they did figure it out, it very much came across to me like, guys, this is clearly a trap. I mean, I don't know if I'm overthinking this, but it feels like if he keeps repeating the same thing over and over again, that should be a big old red flag. Like, hello, I'm over here, this is where I am, like, see me. Like, all the pieces just feel like they're falling into place for where Hannibal wants them to go. Other than Jack, I'm not sure about Jack. I'm sort of half and half on that, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, you have Verger and Alana being like, oh, look at us, we're so smart, we figured it out, we'll set down this bounty, we'll get someone to bring him to us, he doesn't even know we're coming. And like, guys, he clearly knows what's happening here. Wherever that's going, it's going to blow up in their faces somehow, some way, especially Verger's face. It really is like watching someone who's already had a downfall just digging their own grave. Like in season 2, when that all started becoming a thing, you knew it was going to end badly for him. But now it's just like, guy, stop. Stop. You're just going to make it worse for yourself. But as for Alana, I don't know where this is going to put her, at least in terms of how Hannibal's going to view her. The idea of her getting into bed with, figuratively into bed with Verger, I don't know if that's the kind of chaos that Hannibal would respect, or if that would be like, well, that's rude. You know what I mean? I'm in two minds about that, so I guess I'm just gonna have to wait and see when that eventually comes to a head, what happens with that. But really, for me, the main feature of this episode, like the main idea of it, was Jack and the detective, and like the detective selling his honor for the sake of just like the money, also the opportunity to capture Hannibal. That happened a little bit quick because it felt like we'd been building up this sort of thing that this guy wanted to rebuild his reputation after losing it after a previous encounter with Hannibal in his youth. To then all of a sudden switch to, oh no, he's going for the bounty, he wants that reward, he wants that money. They did sort of mention, like Hannibal was saying, like getting his reputation back was kind of, would only be like a half measure effectively. If he got it back, probably wouldn't last that long and whatever. But money talks, he can retire on that money. So, but yeah, I did feel like that just kind of came about very quickly after we spent like the last like 3-4 episodes building up. Like he wants to regain his honor. He wants to be that cop again, that person who he aspired to be, and then he just, no, I want money now, that's what I want. So although when that started coming together, I did suddenly start getting flashes of the movie, which I've seen, and I was like, oh wait, this is this guy, I know who this is now. And then I had the vaguest memory of him getting like hung out of a church, and when that happened I was like, yep, I remember this. I remember this stuff. But the idea of the sort of detective sort of selling out his honor for the bounty that Verger had set down was kind of an interesting parallel to Jack, and like, is he actually able to let go of what he's holding down? Like, we started off with him like putting Bella's ashes into the river and letting go of his wedding ring, and seemingly like trying to go about his life and to get back on top of things. But to me, that felt a little too easy. And I think what's interesting about that fight at the end, that's the real letting go, is that he needs to, in order to actually let go of everything, he needs to kill Hannibal, just like every fucker else in the show right now. So they mentioned in the episode here that Will is like, if I don't kill him, I'm in danger of becoming like him, which has been a constant theme throughout the entire show. Alana and Verger are just both out for cold, hard revenge, which, I guess makes sense why you'd pair those two together within the storytelling, because, they're more or less after the same thing, at least on the face value of it. I don't know if there's going to be a twist or a turn. Maybe Alana's going to do some crazy shit. I don't know. But on face value, that makes sense why those two would be together. And then you just got Chilton lurking, skulking around in the shadows, who I guess is sort of wanting the curiosity aspect of it. He wants to further study Hannibal. He wants him in his hospital still. We still have no sign of Freddy yet. Haven't had a Freddy return yet, so I'm interested if that's going to be a thing this season or not. But yeah, then we've got the highlight of the episode, the rematch of the century. Jack and Hannibal at it again, which was interesting because this is what this show, and specifically what Hannibal's character has done to my brain, is that I just assume everything that's happening, Hannibal wants to happen. But he pulled out a knife. He pulled out a knife with the intention of, like, defending himself, in theory, I guess. And he was trying to get a rise out of Jack, clearly by sort of baiting him with questions about Bella and what had happened in her final days. Like, he was clearly trying to get something out of him, or maybe just test him. Maybe he was just trying to test him to see if he's still like he was when they previously met, or if he's gotten better. And, you know, it seemed like Jack was able to get the better of him in terms of getting up behind him, sneaking up, taking him unaware. But you'd think, doesn't Hannibal have his super nose? Would he not smell him getting that close to him? Or maybe he did. Maybe he did. And like I say, this was all part of the Hannibal plan. He wanted to see what Jack would do, what he was capable of, and all of that stuff. And now he looks injured and beaten, and I don't know. I just, in my head, I'm like, he could want all this. This, maybe Jack didn't really get the upper hand. Maybe this is exactly what he wanted. But it seemed like Jack was having a pretty cathartic time in either case, just letting out that rage and anguish that had been building up. And yeah, I don't know where we go next. I guess, you know, now that Jack's here hunting him down on the killing warpath, Hannibal's gonna have to make some quick moves. But yeah, like I said, this first fight here seems more like an appetizer of things to come, and a stage setting of things to come. This is something that is going to force Hannibal's hand, I guess, in terms of whatever it is he's planning to do, and like how he wants to bring everyone closer to him. Like it definitely feels like he's planning out his end game in some way. It's just a matter of how he's going to go about doing it. But I think this encounter with Jack is going to force his hand to start enacting that plan. What's mad is that, you know, we're 5 episodes in and Hannibal and Will haven't had their, like, face-to-face, like, at all yet. They haven't been face-to-face at all. They've been in the same room. You know, they've been within, like, a few meters of one another, but they haven't had their actual confrontation yet. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, this fight between Jack and Hannibal feels like the prelude to whatever that meeting's going to be and how that's going to go down. And I'm very interested to see it. But yeah, this whole episode definitely felt like, and I said this at the start, it felt like the calm before the storm, like that silent moment before it hits, right? That's what this whole episode felt like. Like this, all the previous episodes, it's been like, oh, it's a-coming, the storms are coming, we know this shit's gonna pop off at some point. And then we got to this episode, and it was like when everything just became silent, and you're just waiting. You're just kind of waiting, and then this first sort of beatdown between Jack and Hannibal was like the initial wind that's coming in. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this build-up is going to lead us into and how it's going to, well, I don't know, how it's going to pop off, I guess. Like, we've got a lot of things set up right now, and I'm waiting for that bat to come in and just swing and see who's smart enough to duck and who's going to get absolutely battered by it. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to see what is going to be happening next. I'll also say, just as a little side note, it was a nice little bit of subversion when the phone called when he was about to throw the detective out the window, and I thought it was going to be Jack, because they had the little scene with him and the wife, and it was like, where is he? He said he'd be back by now. So I fully expected that Jack was going to call him to find out where he was, and then it turned out to be Alana, and that was good. That was a good bit of subversion, and it kind of, like I said, because I was having flashes of the movie that I've seen, and I think in that scene it's Clarice who calls Hannibal as he's doing that. So it was kind of a nice little throwback, if that's the right term, to that, but also a nice subversion as to what the episode felt like it was building towards. But also it just kind of sets up the motion of, well, we had a conversation, how you doing? Nice to talk to you again. But yeah, I just kind of liked that little moment as a prelude of what's possible to come, I guess. And I also enjoyed, you know, Hannibal's Jack Sparrow maneuver to get out of the fight. I'm just going to lean here, you're going to punch me out. I know you're going to punch me out the window. I'm just going to clamber onto this disemboweled body to escape. But yeah, I like this episode. Again, I'll reiterate, I feel like I've said this every week, but I don't mind that this season's really I don't know, just breathing itself, I guess. I guess some people might see that as being slightly too indulgent, but I don't mind it so much. I don't know why that is, because sometimes I can react badly to when a show does that, but here I'm kind of just enjoying the slow pace of it, and because I know something's going to pop off, I guess. I know it's going to get to that climax at some stage in this season, and you know, I feel like it's going to be even more earned because of these episodes, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I could get the criticism, because I know, as I said last time, some people don't like this season as much because of its slower pace. I'm still enjoying it. Thank you for watching this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, please press the thumbs up button. It helps me know you liked it. It helps it get seen by more people. Also, consider subscribing and supporting that way. Twitch and Discord are linked in the description below. Go check those things out. But for now, thank you. Hope you enjoyed. I will catch you on the next one.